Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're discussing, should entrepreneurs take a tag or money when dealing with celebrities? And how should we handle a situation where you have been paid for and you still want to get social media credits for a service that has been rendered? Mariam said she has a personal story. Please, that one you told us during the break. That's the one I want to hear first. I have 3 personal stories.
Well, I'll start with my wedding. So my wedding pictures. After the wedding, I kept getting, months after, in fact, like a year after, I kept getting people from just sending me pictures like, see your picture on a billboard, see like a massive billboard in the center of town from my wedding pictures. And, you know, I was surprised. So I called the photographer. I'm like, what is this about? You people put my picture on a billboard. I did not even get anything, nothing to suggest. He was like, he did not give anybody my pictures. Then he said, oh, the makeup artist came to his studio, went through pictures. He says he remembers leaving her for a few minutes. So apparently she took the pictures.
Without permission.
And was making money from it. And was making a lot of money from this. She had used that picture for over a year from my wedding to make money from it, because people would see, people loved it, and kept getting pictures like.
So we used to, one of us do that though, a little bit.
You steal it?
No, we didn't steal.
But you have a conversation with the photographer and the owner of the pictures. I had no idea. Anyway, after the conversation, she had pulled it down and had put other stories. But by then, she had enjoyed the benefits of using my pictures. That's one. Then, not too long ago, I redid my kitchen. And I had someone, you know, to help me do it. And she was so difficult throughout the process. Everything I wanted is either I get something that was of lower quality than, you know, I wanted, and I'll have to use my money to get a better quality one. Some of the cabinets she did, I didn't like. I had to get another carpenter while she was working to fix a lot of things. So even she knew that she didn't do as, you know, as she should.
It wasn't excellent.
Sis, one day I'm on Instagram. What do I see? My kitchen. Huh? Yep.
She posted the kitchen. She did not finish well.
Good. Her work had come in to have some conversations. Obviously, I slipped and she had surreptitiously taken a video of the place. So I'm like, what? Like, oh, what? She now begged me out. She's so sorry. And she knows that they were not the ones that did this or did that. But can I please allow her leave it up for a bit? And then she would take it off. I was like, see, I don't have a problem, but you stole. You came into my and stole
without
my
permission.
Image. My permission. You knew that what you did was wrong. You knew that you did not really give your best. That's why you could not ask me for it, and then you go ahead and you post it on Instagram. But they took it down.
Let's take a call. I'll come to you, Ramatu, once I take this call. Good morning. Welcome to the show. We have a caller from VGC.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I think you're...
Kelvin.
Yes?
Have you been in this kind of situation?
No, I've not been in this kind of situation before, but I suggest that really one can be designer, because they had an agreement before she maybe like advertised the dress. She said, if you want me to tag you, then I won't pay you. Then if I am not tagging you, then you are collecting your cash. So she collected the cash. So why is she blabbing about social media for the Ghanaian actress being tagged? There was an agreement. So the designer was totally wrong. She's wrong. So she had no claim at all. So if the Ghanaian actress decided to sue her, she's right. She's right, because there's an agreement made between the two of them before she went out to the show. So I don't see any issues here. Right.
Thank you so much, Kelvin. Ramatu, you were going to say something.
Okay, so I wanted to say that most of us don't know the legal implications of all these things.
Yes. That we were doing.
Yes, we don't know. Because there was a time when I turned 30, I went to take pictures of myself, you know. We did this Fulani outfit, very beautiful outfit. I did it and all. And after 2 years or 3 years, I went back to the studio to take a picture. I saw my picture bold, you know, they framed it so big at the front of the... They do that. And I looked at it and I was like, what happened? People didn't tell me anything, you know. I was just looking at it and I was like, I didn't know whether to be excited that they used my picture. Maybe from them it's very beautiful, something different, cultural, because I had the Fulani wear. Or for me to react, I just had these mixed feelings because I didn't even know what to do.
If you go that route, all of us have a case against photographers. As a young girl, my face was in a lot of Festac photo studios because I'll go and do my pictures and they will put the picture there. And we felt it was good because as a model, it was promoting you and you're like, we have glow small.
Shooting you, when they're
yes.
shooting your pictures or somebody's doing your makeup and they just pop a phone.
And they are doing...
You know, because maybe I done diploma in law from 1999 to 2001 before I even tried to get a degree admission. So from that time,
you knew that.
We recently had a family photo shoot because my family for a long time, my kids, we don't have photos except what I have on my phone. So I said, costume, everything, I paid for it all. And I called my stylist and said, can you suggest a photographer? She did. And I called the guy, do you take photos well? He said, yes. I said, but you can't sign on my photos. They're not your property, they're not your rights. If you want them, then maybe we'll have a different conversation. But here now, for this one I want to snap, I want to pay. How much is your fee? He charged me. He called back and said, no, you need to do more fees for maybe more pictures, editing. I continue to pay it. So I've told him, I don't want to see it. It's not your property. I bought and own the rights. This is my family. So the pictures are just sitting on my system.
So now there's something
mine.
They do professionally, makeup artist, stylist, you're made to sign a waiver allowing for the pictures to be used. And they make sure, you know, when we did Gazmadu, we actually signed. Okay. We signed for them to use the pictures on their social media page. And everybody, even if you're paying, even if it is a partnership, you're made to sign because, except you now say, I don't want to sign this. And then you have a conversation. And you have a right to say that. But we need to get to that level where we are documenting the processes, even for services. And it doesn't have to be, a big lawyer is drafting this thing. It's just, I'm writing, you don't have a right to use this picture. Let's make that conversation open. But I want to bring in the Lillian, what's that? Afegbai. So, she's Afegboa. Is she Edo?
Definitely.
So, our people. So, Lillian came out and did a very detailed video breaking down the cost of celebrityship or celebrityhood. Yeah. And the cost is huge. Like I said, it is close to home. And she was breaking down how you have to pay so much money for hair, pay so much money for makeup, and then they're expecting you to still tag them even after you've made this huge payment because you also don't want to look like somebody's house girl on the red carpet. So how do we create, because we are trying to look like Hollywood, how do the Hollywood people do it? And is it a case of, how do we borrow this culture comprehensively that we don't impoverish ourselves? Because she was like, how much does a celebrity make? By the time you pay for hair, pay for makeup, how much is left in your account? I noticed that some of them are also lamenting over them.
Yes.
They are lamenting.
Recently was lamenting about it, how, because in their own case, because black artists are not paid as much as the whites, they do not get to show you that full glamour because it costs them a lot of things. She was saying that for the whites, they have someone that is taking care of the hair, the clothing, everything sort of taken care of, and they have enough money to even live that lifestyle. But for them to even be at par with their counterparts, the white counterparts, the little money they give them, which is, the disparity is just too wide, and they still are expected to pay. They would have their own team for hair, they'll pay all these people. So at the end of the day, they really have nothing. And I see that with our own Nigerian artists. I know we look at them as celebrities, but for most of us, you know, when you come close to them, you realize they're hustling every day. The take-home pay is not that great. And all the cost that comes with looking a certain part, being at events, you know, all that takes away even from the little that they get. They're not really making that much. I think we're getting there where we eventually start making a lot of money. I don't think they're there yet. But the musicians, I think, are making, you know, much more. Yeah. But our actors, I don't think they're making that sort of money that they're able to be on red carpets. Sometimes they have to even travel out of state, out of country, you know, just to keep up with that image. And we're the same ones. Because I will never forget that couple that people were dragging because they said their car looked a certain way. I've even had some people say, I saw this celebrity. Did you see the sort of car they were driving? I'm like, who are you? Because in their mind, which car are you driving? No, it does not matter to them what they are driving. It's what the celebrity. And I cannot imagine. I'm like, really?
They are human
People
beings.
are working hard. They put them on this pedestal. They expect everything to be covered. And yet, you think they are plucking money from the ground, from the air.
But you cannot attend a public event without bills. So that's the Nigerian part. So there's a reason why when I'm coming for your event, you don't have honorarium, you don't have security, you cannot guarantee my being able to sleep. I went for one event in town, on the mainland. I was speaking. I was a panelist, and we said, I spoke, I had read, I spoke everything. As I was about to leave, there were 20 people with their hospital health case, child case.
Asking you for?
Dragging me left, right, and center. The organizers just sat at the back. They would drag for pictures. I was like, somebody needs to knit this up. This is not me. You know, my own style is come for your event. As I'm coming in, the way because we used to organize events as law student. NAMLAS, then I was director. I grew all the way, all the ranks to the highest as a student. And when we organize events, when I'm going out with my guests...
You can't harass them.
For where? Until they enter the car. Until they enter their car and they're off. There's no conversation from anybody else. I will block my guests until they enter their car. So that harassment, you can't be dragging my guests.
So I want to bring in...
So you bring me to an event, you know, all our students want to take pictures. You know, sometimes I'm not even in the mood.
I want to really take two different angles. So I watched the video by Rebel Wilson. She was a plus size, and now she's worked on her weight. And she was talking about how the first movie that she did, she had to, Helen from Delta State, are you still there? I'm so sorry.
Is she still there?
Is she still there? If you are there, please just talk. Because I was already gisting about Rebel Wilson. We've lost the call. Rebel said that when she got her first movie, because she came from the UK to America, her first movie that she got, she lost money because what they paid her was so small. She had to use the money to register as an actress, Actors Guild in America. And the dress she wore for the premiere, she had to buy it. So it was a minus transaction.
Yeah.
But that movie launched her into becoming a superstar. There are prices to pay for this thing. If you want, like she said, Funke Heidilee to tag you, of course, you know that she's doing, she's going to launch your career. She's going to explode your business. Osas, I didn't know who Vicky James was until Osas wore her dress. Osas brought out Vicky James. Osas has a amazing shape, amazing body, and Vicky gave us the body. And then all of us were like, who made that dress? 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 And that was it. And that was, Vicky James became household name. Also, she also started doing there's this other lady, Olori Ebi, there's a girl they call Olori, she calls herself Tomike.
Yeah, Tomike.
Tomike was, and I'm sure Tomike was, if Tomike is paying for every of that dress, of course they would impoverish Tomike as her business. They are friends, but I think the friendship was born out of the relationship. You see, like, as business owners, we need to stop being transactional. I spoke about it at the conference I was at last weekend. And I said, if you are transactional, pay me money, I pay you money. You cannot now come and withdraw from an emotional bank account you did not deposit into.
Exactly.
So we don't have a relationship. You have said this is a business. You give me clothes, I collect, I pay you money.
Move on,
end of transaction.
Yeah.
But when we change it into a relationship, we're not just talking about this transaction naira and kobo. I'm checking in on you. I'm caring for you. Oh, I noticed you were coughing. Is your throat better now? And I'm coming to meet you for the dressing. I bring in ginger, I bring in honey, and you're like, how very thoughtful of you. Because you are now, it's no longer, if you now make any request from there, you have made some deposit into that emotional bank account. We have a reason to have a conversation. But all of this comes out because
young girls too have this sense. I have 2 young girls I mentor. One is a stylist. They are students in Unilago. One makes my clothes, my wardrobe for a long time. If you follow my page, you see I'm mentioning her brand. People don't know I pay for those clothes. But the first time I met these girls, I'm a fan of yours. Very respectful. So they already won my heart.
I need to break this story because I lost the call.
Memory of Justina Rama.
Temi Tokwe. Oh, so sorry. You can continue. So our Justina, Abi.
So they won my heart immediately from that, very friendly, respectful relationship. And then one of them said, when is your next biggest event? I want to make the stylist one. I want to make clothes for you. I was like, next biggest event. Okay, October 1. Make anything. Like, she didn't measure me. Just seeing me. She made an outfit that won my heart. She mentioned because I love trousers. I wore trousers a lot before my hijab became full. And I know when somebody gets it sits well on my waist. She did that. And so I called her. I said, what will you do to make my clothes? And she said, see, don't stress me. I love your work. You're respectful. Do it at this cost. When she gave her cost, I said, do it at this cost. Like 75% of the cost, I'll pay you that. And then you can do whatever you like with the pictures.
Relationship has been built.
Yes. Then she did something amazing. My daughter's photo shoot was due. The family photo shoot was due in December. I had contracted another tailor, a family member, who just did not think it was a serious thing to, you know, you're just family now. And so she just messed it up. And then I called her last minute, 2 days in season. And she showed up with a dress that I loved for my daughter. If she like, let her sleep over it. If I let her turn upside down, she'll get mentioned, she'll get pictures. People must invest in emotional relationships. Yes. Yeah. Because that time I was pressed, and she brought the clothes to my, and she was like, I need to travel to my family, but because of you, you know, all that sacrifices, she doesn't need to do more. She will get her full payment, she'll get mentioned, she'll get pictures for building a relationship. So young people know it. These girls are under 30. And for young people to pretend, no, I'm just because I don't, if they don't raise you well, it's not me.
When we come back, I would like to hear your opinion on how celebrities in Nigeria tag the designers D and G. I'm wearing this one, I'm wearing that one. You are quick to say the international big names that don't need your tag, that you are wearing them. You will tag all of them, down to shoe, Jimmy Choo, red bottoms, all of them. But they don't recognize you. The ones that need your help, you don't mention them. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we've been discussing celebrity tagging or paying, and we spoke just before we went to break. I asked the question about how many people are quick to tag designers that don't know them, rather than tagging designers that need that tag, that need the support from them. Case in point, very popular, Linda Ikeji, always tags all the foreign design that she's wearing. I've only seen her tag one Nigerian designer, and a very upcoming person, and I was like, is it that Nigerian people don't make clothes for you, or you don't wear our Nigerian designers' clothes that you are always...
Even worse is that you go to the store, the designer doesn't just know you, but you go to the store and buy the piece. So you buy the top. On it is all that one I hate, branded designer's name. You buy the bag. On the bag is branded in it. Then you still go and be, what are you trying
And you still tag them.
We're doing very well. And we're doing very well. Nigerians are doing very well when it comes to all this designing stuff. They do the designs and all. In fact, some of the clothes, you even wonder, are we the ones that have this creativity to do this and all? Like that dress that they are talking about, like I said, it was very pretty, very beautiful dress and all. But I think the tag should have been, okay, this is the outer part. Is they tag the person that did the outer part, and then the inner part, you tag the person that did the inner part. That way there should be peace at least. Yeah. And then that money that she collected, maybe she should just
hug her money. Keep it and make another dress for another artist. So I was going to respond to the question of how we are quick to tag the international brands. And the thing is, whether we like it or not, image is a product. And we are trying to sell an image. So the way that an upcoming designer needs your tag and wants your tag and understands that you wearing her outfits on the red carpet or wherever and tagging her brings her more business. The person also understands that she's do you understand that she's an advertising product? So for that designer, if she were able to, if she gets one of these international brands and she tags them, it sends a different, so this is not about getting attention from the international designer. This is about now telling the market that she's in. I am wealthy, or I work hard, I'm paid well. Do you understand? So I can afford this lifestyle. So the sort of people that she's appealing to be like, okay, for this sort of a person to have this and this, what kind of money can I offer her for her services, for her job that she does? So it's not just for tagging. I think people are becoming more strategic about this. Sometimes, actually, in a few cases, you find these international brands actually take them and repost them on their pages. And they now take screenshots of that, you know, to celebrate that they have been noticed. It's not about any money from them, because what it says to everyone now in the local market is that I'm here and I'm big time. So it is, that's it.
Positive brand, yes. You might not, because you're not in any way in that field, but brand association, bringing in opportunities, and it is actually very valid. And the reason I deliberately mentioned Linda is because I follow her, and I like her. And she's been dragged on this situation a lot. People comment, I follow her. And they're always commenting and commenting. And at a point, she had to even bring proof that it was original. Wow. Because people were calling her out that all these bags that she's always carrying, it cannot be original. So in tagging them, she's saying, if I tag them and they know it is fake, they would report my page.
Yes,
So the fact that I'm carrying them and I'm tagging means that I am carrying original, because we just have this mindset of we just want to drag people down, and I think it isn't exactly the right approach.
Who styles Bisola? Bisola.
She tags them. She tags them. Addresses are yes. She tags them. She has a couple of them, and a lot of Nigerians are aspirational. We like to. If I see the design on their body, sometimes not even aspirational. It's the fact that if I feel like I have this body type and I can see the way it looks on this person, I'll feel like I can.
Thank you for talking about.
There's one earring, this pair of earrings I got from Honeypot, and then I saw Jennifer Lopez wore the exact one. I could not believe it. I took a picture of me. I took a picture of Jennifer Lopez. I said, look at us.
We are
But we need to understand this, build our local content, our local market thing. So I see Nigerian royalties.
Yes.
I'm talking of royal fathers. When they choose to dress casual, G and G all over it.
G and G.
You know, all over it.
You say G and G.
I don't want to even call them finish. They're all over, as in boldly written, from a royal father, walking around maybe on a polo field and all of that. And then you wear your Ashonki. Somebody made it.
And you did not tag the person.
I cannot tag a foreign brand I paid for in a store, God forbid it.
You believe in tagging to support the brand. I actually think that all of us should tag.
I think I do.
Yes, I think we should tag to support a brand.
Yes.
And the brands should also be willing to give discounts since you value that tag. That, okay, this person is doing me a favor by tagging me. Let me also give discounts. I get coconut oil on a constant basis from Oreke Organics for years. I don't think I bought coconut oil until last year or early this year. She always supplies me. Like, she knows when I will finish, and she'll just send. And I always tag her. And I always tag her, and it is starts that way. So some relationships have just come because we value each other's what we are bringing to the table. Final comments just from you, Ramatu.
Yeah, okay, so it's not everything that should be monetized. Sometimes just do it out of your own will. Just tag and let the person get all the goodies and everything. to still come back to you.
Yeah, sow good seeds. And that's what we can take on this segment. When we come back, we're bringing in a celebrity. We'll be hearing our opinion as well as other things she's been up to. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.